Alrighty, this is video documentation regarding the sex offenders such as Eddie. Eddie represents the people of the state that are violent sex offenders engaged in the ritualistic behavior that is synonymous with mentally ill behavior, and that is the threat of the mental illness of gang stalkers such as Eddie, who are violent sex offenders engaging in things such as vagina monitoring. And this is in the engineer light, where my vagina is under surveillance. And this is also where the homosexuals, the violent sex offenders who are the U.S. military targeting with sex offenders such as Eddie, are gang stalking me, monitoring my vagina, and doing so in the bathroom. And that's the reason why the entity is amplifying plain activity while my vagina is exposed and Eddie is sitting outside engaging in the pattern of conduct as a hostile sex offender who is hostile based on what I just published about what he is engaging in. This is an entity that commits murder when they target American citizens, when they target people, and they're hostile as you try to report them, as you speak to what it is that they're engaging in. And I've shown you their psychopathic disorders. I've shown you their behavior when they become triggered. This is an entity that is gang stalking with regard to what is only accomplishing what is going to be martial law and the involuntary mass commitments of the mentally ill who are violent sex offenders, okay? They're engaging in surveillance in bathrooms. These are the deeds of not only the mentally ill, but these are people who are dead. They are the demon possessed. They maintain surveillance where you use the bathroom, okay? The entity's engaging in this based on also in a sex offender's mind. It's retaliatory. It makes them feel better while you're still going to prison. Eddie is in possession, has access to minor female children, okay? He calls himself a dad. He's a demon, he's a sex offender, he's a vagina monitor, and he is also a threat to those young girls while he's simultaneously monitoring my vagina. And that is the ongoing dual existence of the entity of gang stalkers. This is the entity that is engaging in that, and they're triggered by the truth as it's exposed, but this is what they are, this is what they're doing, and those are the inevitable conclusions regarding that. You are not going around raping people and then claiming that you are safe as you go home to your wife and your two young daughters. You're not engaging in sex trafficking women and then claiming that your beloved grandmother and your mother and your daughter, 3 generations of women, are safe in your household. These are psychopathic disorders that have gone unaddressed. The entities engaged in the egregious, mentally ill, and criminal pattern of conduct of the massive sex offense that includes Eddie, who's engaged in the retaliatory act of monitoring my vagina inside of the senior center, where you know the U.S. military are those maniacal homosexuals stalking and doing cartwheels while they anticipate and salivate over my vagina as homosexuals that don't even like women. But this is the entity that's gang stalking, and so they're going to prison and they're going to be committed for this. This is P.O.C. This is bathroom monitoring. Where you have this light activity, it's nothing other than surveillance. This is P.O.C. It's 8:20 a.m.